We are joined by Tabatabaei and Giri, who finished their game in round 4 here in Belgrade. It was a draw in the Sicilian. Do you want to start us off?
Yeah. For today, my game plan was to just somehow trying to get Anish out of his book, but I think it's quite difficult against him. I was not expecting this line at all, and I could remember their ideas with playing c3 and knight d2, but still he was on his book. And after b5, which he played, I was not sure that how I should react, because his plan is very clear. He wants to go bishop b7 and f5, and I can get easily worse. So I started to think around like 20 minutes. I was like, come on, you have to make a decision. And
that thing about time management,
yeah, exactly.
The other day, yeah.
So then I decided to go for a4, but I knew that it's nothing special. And after d5, I think black was completely fine. And then after that, I think it was just nothing special. We just liquidated that.
Yeah, we changed all the pieces then.
Yeah, just ended in a draw.
Sorry, Anish, from your point of view, did everything go all right? Could Amin said that he couldn't get anything out of it. Could he have gotten anything out of it? If you look at his position, could he have played something different?
It was exactly the same story for me. I had the same game plan as Amin. I also wanted to get him out of book.
Okay. So you both wanted to get each other out of book, sure. But you ended up in the book.
No. I think I was more in book than him, probably. Probably he forgot his book. Okay. Because I had looked at my book before the game and he looked at some other book. Okay. So it's always very important to look at the right book. But I think the critical variations, according to the computer, so the most testing ones, are very interesting in this position. I recollect some lines where white jumps out with the queen towards h5, towards the king, then goes f4, black also goes f5, and it gets very sharp. But of course, if he's not ready, he's taking some risks there for sure. Although computer is able to navigate these things always safely, but over the board is not so easy. And what he did, I thought was very logical. This move a4, I also thought is the first move that came to my mind. But I remember computer was really not impressed, and he just said black is completely equal. But at the same time, it is a move that sort of takes the sting out of the position. So, and then d5 as well, I think was accurate. I think I saw that it was a decent move, but I didn't think that white would play such a move. It's a very, very good move, and the point is that now he's got the c4 square for the knight. And so, to be honest, I think I have enough activity for equality, but not really more. And he also played at some point he made a move, I think bishop f3, that was like a very, how to say it just shuts things down. I was considering some other things which were more critical, but then things get interesting. I was considering rook a5, which was the only move to keep the game from going, but of course he doesn't have to do it. And after rook a5, I was calculating all kinds of very interesting variations, actually, where my knight ends up on h3, and there's some tactics like rook f8 first, knight c4, knight f4, bishop f3, knight h3, king h1, queen h4, queen c2, knight f2, king g1. I was thinking what's going on there. I was not so sure actually, but I felt that I have to be good somewhere there, so I was kind of getting ambitious. But then as he played bishop f3, I realized that actually, it's a good move to pull the plug, because I was thinking first from the perspective of not being worse, but then I realized that I'm not worse, but I'm also not better.
So maybe not risk then. Keep it steady.
I can no longer play for a win, I think. As long as he protects that d5 pawn, when I play bishop b7, I am basically intending to take the pawn on d5. Otherwise, bishop facing the pawn is very bad. So if not bishop b7, I would have gone d6. But I think there I was slightly worse. I didn't like knight f3 and queen f6, queen d4. I didn't 100% equalize that. So I went bishop b7 with the idea to take the pawn. So if you put bishop on b7 and then you just start playing, that's not the point. The bishop is quite stupid. And so the game, I think, was... I think, to be honest, it was sort of a pretty well played game, and it's very understandable that when white is out of book, he's going to play it safe, because these sharp lines, they are very fun if both are prepared, or if no one is prepared. But if only one is prepared, it's not entirely fair.
No, if one is prepared, then the other always rushes to safety and something to comment.
It's a common approach, not always, but it's an understandable approach. Also, the thing is, he doesn't even know, I guess, that it's critical. Like he might think that if he allows a 4 or 5, maybe he's worse already. I don't know. So that's the
Yeah, I'm
problem.
so worried about it.
Maybe if I tell him like, okay, you go f4, queen h5, and all, you'll have 0.25. He'll be like, okay, fine. But he doesn't even know. It's the kind of evaluations and so on. So it's understandable.
Well, and can you tell when you look at your opponent? Can you tell whether they are out of book or not in their own book, so to speak? Can you tell that? Okay, I caught him here. He's not really sure where he is, or are you also guessing whether he has a different plan?
Yes, come here.
Yeah, both of you. Yeah, you can. I mean, you go
So,
first. And if you're
like-
talking about.
Wait.
I mean, well, in the opening, of course, Anish knows everything. But like in the middle game, like after each move, I was thinking like I made a huge blunder, because like I felt like I played a normal move. Anish was coming out the board and he was like what is this move? It from his face. So yeah, I was thinking every move made a big huge blunder, but apparently I didn't.
No, Anish from
Yeah, I'm learning from the greatest players of our time. But no, I think that many moves surprised me. I mean, should know that, for example, when you play Nepomniachtchi, he is even more reacting to the surprises. And the very fun thing when you play Jan is that, okay, of course, often you play a move, you surprise him, and it can be a bad move. But I remember it went it was absurd at some point. He simply blundered, blundered bigly, and then I took the blunder, and he was still shaking his head, like he was actually acting surprised. So he just genuinely shows his surprise, whether it's good or bad.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. Maybe you made a great move that surprised me. So it doesn't. It's not a judgment of the move. It's a judgment of the fact that I was
way the
surprised.
person feels.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised with many decisions. I mean, I was surprised with a4 because I was thinking that maybe he is still a little in book. Then I was surprised with d5 because I didn't think that someone would go d5 because the opponent's hanging on a4. Then I was surprised with bishop f3 as well because I just didn't really consider that as a main move. But yeah.
So this was a calm game with loads of surprises on both sides.
Yeah, but you know the fact that you're surprised doesn't mean anything that the move is bad or good. And okay, you know, when you don't have the skills to beat a player like Amin, you have to try all the tricks in the book.
Okay, all
the dirty tricks that exist.
Tomorrow is rest day, and I believe you're going to play football. Are you both going to be playing? Do you play football?
I do sometimes play football, but I'm not sure if I go for tomorrow.
Okay. Do you play football?
No, last time I played football during the tournament, so I used to play as a kid.
Right.
It was kind of fun. At some point, the football events during chess tournament turned into some kind of a PR thing.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, I mean, I'm not sponsored by a football club or something, so I don't see why I have to do any PR thing like that. And then there was one time when I was already an adult, and I already didn't play football for a few years, and then I lost 2 or 3 games in the tournament, and there was a rest day, and the Soviet rule, whatever the rule is, that if you do very badly, then during rest day you have to shake things up. So I thought, okay, great opportunity, I'm going to play football. So I lost 2 games, went to play football. Next day I lost the game, and then I lost 3 more games. So the football didn't help, and then I thought, okay, if the football doesn't help, why bother?
Why bother playing?
So I'm not really, this stuff doesn't help. No.
So you have to find another sport then.
Maybe sport, yeah. But I mean, basically this whole, I haven't played in a long time. If I will start playing, actually I played when I prepared for the candidates, but then I played with my seconds and I paid them. So people who you pay, they're not gonna injure you.
Okay,
but these
so
guys, they're not your friends, they're your enemies. So I'm not gonna risk being injured. I don't play often enough, and I don't know what I'm gonna face there. So I'm just no.
Well, I mean, you're out of luck there, but maybe
Maybe we can injure someone else.
Well, thank you both so much. Whatever you do tomorrow, hope you enjoy it, and good luck with the rest of the tournament. Thank you.